Good afternoon and welcome back to EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon. Participants, ecosystem members and our partners of VEFRESH and friends of Smart City Developments in Riga. Good to see you back. We are on the final leg of our EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon, which has been, again, proudly sponsored by EIT Urban Mobility, Dutch Embassy, Accenture, LMT, and powered by VEFRESH. Our partners are Riga City Council and Institute of Electronics and Computer Science. What we do here, we've been kicking off and launching the incubator, which starts in June. And our main value proposition for incubator is to help urban mobility and smart city startups to deploy their products and services in city environment. Why would you care for that? Because if you build a product or service for smart cities, at the end of the day, if you're done it well in a lab, in a university, great for you, but you'll have to deploy it in real environment to make sure that you deal with climate, with elements, with hooligans and calibration. Because if you don't deal with that, your clients, or would that be private sector or public sector, will have a lot of questions. How does your product actually work? So what do we do and what is unique in EIT Urban Mobility proposal and what is VEFRESH value proposition here is we try to help you to deploy things in real environment. That helps you to save time and money and nerves because it takes a lot of time to do it on their own. And again, the Riga City Council and providing deployment in real environment and Institute of Electronics and Computer Science helps with mentoring. So again, starting June, we're kicking off incubator for 5 to 8 teams in incubation and acceleration capacity to create towards deployment in the fall. Okay, so that's what we're offering here, and Hackathon is just a pre-taste and a teaser for that, and that's a unique proposal in all of the Baltics. It's not an easy thing to deploy things in real environment, but this is what Riga is offering you in our pilot territory. So Hackathon is driving that, EIT Urban Mobility is driving that, and all our lovely, generous sponsors and partners are driving that. So kicking off the best part of our session today is the pitch session. The teams have been working hardcore for the last 48 hours, led by a fantastic team of mentors and on-call mentors, ranging from smart city, UX, UI, city development, urban planning, and IoT. Electric charging and the rest. We have a fantastic set of teams, more than 20 teams across from Europe and the globe, working on smart city challenges, which have been proposed by both our partners and sponsors and the Riga City itself. So we've got a fantastic thing ahead of us. So that's a bit of a start, but I'm gonna give the digital floor now to Inese Andersone, head of City Development Committee in Riga City Council. Inese, are you with us? And would you lead us into the pitch session, which is the highlight of our session for the last 3 days? Inese, are you with us?
Yes, hello. And great to see you all here. And I want, first of all, to thank organizers, VEFRESH, for such a great event and putting all this together. It's putting together 200 people in different rooms, organizing mentors and everything. I think it's I can imagine what a job you have done, and job is done excellently. I also want to thank EIT Urban Mobility Program for such opportunity for Riga to take part in this event. As for Riga City Council, I want to assure you that mobility is high on our agenda, and there are several things, one of which is, of course, infrastructure, and we are working on infrastructure development. The second, of course, is different solutions, smart solutions in all areas for mobility. So I'm also looking forward to pitches. And the third one is, of course, change of people attitudes and the usual manners, how they use city and how they move around city. And that's also a long process ahead of us to have this change. Nothing comes fast, but we need to move fast so that we can assure all the kind of infrastructure and solutions in place. As of you who are business idea generators, I want to encourage that this day is not kind of last when you work with this idea or some other idea, but you move on with it and develop it. From my previous experience, I am also an entrepreneur, and I know how it is to develop an idea, and the team is very crucial. So I encourage you to gather around people like-minded, and then start to work on all opportunities which are out there. And business incubator, which will be run now this summer. And at the end of the summer, we will have a pilot territories in Riga where you can test your solutions if they are needed for the physical place. Is a kind of a served to you, and we want really to see a good ideas and good business ideas. And hopefully some of them we can also afterwards employ in our city and make them internationally growing. Yes, so I'm looking forward to it, and thank you one more time for everyone involved. Thank you.
Thanks, Inese. Thanks, Riga City Challenge. As we heard over the last 2 or 3 days, oftentimes it is quite difficult for the startup community to connect with the with the public sector, and this is where the bridge that we're trying to create here between the innovators, startups, academia, and the public sector, who is oftentimes dealing with large-scale challenges in the verticals, be that lighting, sewage, transport, or IoT capacity in data management and storage. So this is the challenge we're putting out there. I think we've got a fantastic team and mentors and partners of ours to work in here. So again, we believe this is the beginning of quite a few things back in the Baltics, working as a small but punchy region to make sure we got a seamless and comfortable experience for our passengers, visitors, and businesses alike. So without further ado, EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon has been again sponsored and made possible by EIT Urban Mobility, Dutch Embassy, Accenture, LMT, and powered by VEFRESH. Our partners are Riga City Council and Institute of Electronics and Computer Science, which are going to be the mentoring capacity in our incubator. So we're going to start off now with pitches. So all of you obviously have been waiting for this moment for the last 2.5, 3 days. We've got a fantastic prize pot for the teams. We've got a fierce jury that will will not left any stones unturned to make sure that your ideas are robust and credible. And again, bit of a hygiene of how we're going to work. All of you know the sequence which you will be presenting. You'll have 2 minutes, and sorry, we're going to be quite brutal with those 2 minutes for you to present. I hope you're going to share the screen right away, jump into idea, and make sure you don't cut off the highlights in your presentation. The jury will have about a minute. We think there's most likely to be one person asking one question, or 2 people asking a yes or no question. So let's do respect the 2-minute presentation and 1-minute Q&A rule. If we'll have more time at the very end, we can go back to some ideas. But if not, this is the logic we're going to stick to. We have 23 teams, out of which 2 haven't shown up at this moment, but we'll see if they will. So those of you guys which have not showed up in our dry pitch run before 12, you will be delegated at the bottom of the sequence to make room that those guys who have prepared have their time. So again, 2-minute presentations, a minute for the jury to ask questions, and then the jury will convene to make decisions regarding the first, second, and third space. And then we're going to wrap up with congratulations and festive round of digital applause to everyone and all involved who's been working. So as far as our jury, so you know who you're talking to. Zane Kalniņa, Innovation Leader at Accenture. Zane, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, everyone. Nice
Good, great, fantastic, Zane. Zane leads innovation at Accenture. Egita Poljanska, Cyberbatch Managing Director at Startup Wise Guys. Egita, are you with us?
Yes, hi everyone.
Great.
Good luck with the quiz.
Thanks, Egita. We got Benz Huba from EIT Urban Mobility, Regional Innovation Hub. Benz, are you with us?
Yes, hi. Thank you
Fantastic.
very much, and lots of success to everybody.
Thanks, Benz. Erik van Eindhoven from Transer, CEO of Transer. Erik?
Yes, I'm here. Thrilled to be here. So good luck to everybody.
Thanks. All right. Thanks, Erik. We can hear you well. Saturday afternoon in Netherlands. And last but not least, Arthur Lindenbergs, Innovation Lead at LMT.
Yes. hi everyone. So great to see you all here and have a success to each team. Good luck.
Thanks, Arturs. Again, lovely background you have right there. Okay, that's the jury who you'll be responsible to, and make sure that you impress them and you floor them with your ideas. And we are completely sure that you will do not less than that. Right, we're kicking off, guys. All the teams ready. Start your engines, ready to go. You've got 2 minutes to shine, and make sure you do that sharp and crisp and to the point. We're gonna have the first team is Adventum Tech, which will be presented by Niga Gorbatko, and Angle by Intelligent Traffic Monitoring is getting ready. Fantastic, Nikita. Floor is yours. 2 minutes. Let's go.
My name is Nikita, and this is Team Adventum Tech, and welcome to our future solution of cheap energy. We live in a world where energy plays a critical role in our day-to-day activities. TV, coffee machines, internet, light, computers, smartphones, everything uses electricity. Could we imagine our life without any electricity anymore? Perhaps no. Even more to say, our electrical consumption will increase with the rise of EVs. But let us look on what happens in the electrical grid when we use the electricity. So once we approach with our activities, we create peak loads. Usually they are in the mornings and evenings. And as we can see on Latvian and Danish example, once the energy consumption increases in the peak loads, so does the price. And the difference is weighable. Team Adventum Tech decided to tackle this problem and come with a solution in a form of a parking tower. So here is going to work. It is a parking tower that will provide a space for 16 electric vehicles and work as a vehicle-to-grid solution. In addition, it will generate green energy from a solar panel that will be installed on top of the roof. And even more to say, it can be covered. The whole tower can be covered. It will have a 1 megawatt energy storage in the basement to store cheap energy at night and distribute it to the microgrid during the day, meaning that no more price rise during the peak loads. We are in a team of 3, me, Nikita, the construction guru, my colleague Davis, mechanical guru, and Arnold, the IoT guru. Our business model is to approach Scandinavian market, the apartment development projects, and offer our solution to real estate developers, investors, and turnkey contractors. Our product costs 850,000 euro with a lifetime license of 250 euro per month, a lifetime support and maintenance. The benefits are, of course, for real estate developers to use the land more efficiently, no more traditional parkings, no more flat area surfaces, and you can instead use and create children playgrounds and green areas with forecasted benefit of approximately 1 million euro, of course, from project to project. And 80 household energy saving could end up in 900 euro per month saving by using our product. Therefore, it leads to having a return on investment from 5 to 10 years by using our tower. Think green, think smart. Thank you. That was Team Adventum Tech.
Thank you, Nikita. That was on time. This is a great kickoff for all teams. Thank you so much for being on time. I think great idea. Any questions from the jury at this point for Team Adventum Tech? We've got 1 minute for jury questions. Zana, Egita, Benz, Eric, Arturs, any questions from the jury?
I've Eric here. I've got one question.
Hello, Eric.
Hi, good morning. What is making your technology different from what's there already on the market?
Well,
in terms of peak shaving and that kind of things, what makes it different?
That our solution will be specifically for new developments. So it will be a power bank that will be offering cheap energy to the new developments. So in Scandinavia so far, we haven't seen that this solution is somehow integrated with a tower. And as we all know, the vehicle to grid is still something that is developing. And therefore, our solution integrates all these components into one. And we would like to be the first on the market who could offer this in a shape of a tower and combine all this in one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So maybe one more quick question. Can you tell us what was your progress in the hackathon?
Yes, so we came to Hackathon with just an idea that it could work something this way, and we were thinking of creating some sort of parking to manage and work with energy. And then during the hackathon, we developed the IoT concepts. We worked through many type of sensorings and finding out how to create it in a safe way. We created mechanical component list and design project development plan, 8 mentoring sessions, approached Schneider
Thanks, Nikita.
We
Thanks,
basically
Nikita.
developed it internally.
Okay, so you had several pivots, as Zane from Startup Wise Guys would say. Okay, guys. So this is what we like to follow, both with energy and both with poignancy of the points. Okay, let's move on. Thanks, Nikita. Thanks, Advantum
Thanks
Tech.
very much.
Thanks, Nikita. Next team angle, intelligent traffic monitoring. Christopher Dundurs. Christopher, the floor is yours. Let's kick it off.
Hey, yeah. So initially, I started the hackathon with a completely different idea, which was essentially detecting vehicles with an IoT sensor on this bad boy right here, which I essentially did throughout the hackathon. But after the mentoring sessions, I realized that that idea is not going to work exactly as I thought it's going to be. So basically, I pivoted last night to something slightly different. And so what I'm doing now is a platform that bundles all the obtainable data from sensors, reports, and APIs within a municipality to create one cohesive, real-time, God's eye view of the city, from air quality to road maintenance to crime, a single source of truth in a common format. The user can narrow down, mix and match which data points are important to them, or just view all of the available data at once to gain valuable insights for a specific purpose, or just tinker around looking for ideas. But it's not just about analytics, it's about cooperation and project management between branches of a municipality and various urban infrastructure companies. Think of it as the operating system for a city. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Christopher. Any questions from the jury? Microphone on.
Thank you very much. So I wanted to ask you that how far is different your system to the existing city management systems, data collection systems?
Thank you, Vince.
So basically, all of the existing ones are pretty much fragmented. There isn't a one single source of truth for like an entire city, where anyone can go to see anything, any source of data that they're interested in, basically. I discussed this with one of my mentors, and basically she said that it's a huge problem that you basically need to go and look for the data that you're interested in basically various different sources, and so the idea is to just aggregate all of them.
Yeah. Can I?
Go on.
Can I pose another question? This is about what a little bit. How will you achieve this? Because this sounds a little bit like an open door that we like it, but how?
Right. So we're going to start with our own sensors that we developed here throughout this hackathon, and then basically we're gonna onboard all of the people that sort of are interested in the project, and sort of try to snowball from there, I guess. But that really depends on maybe if, on the help that we might receive from VEFRESH in that area.
Okay, thanks, Christopher. I think our time is out. Thanks to Angle. Lovely. Our next team is Ara, Katie, Elite.
Okay. Wait, I don't see it.
Yes, we can see it. Let's go.
Okay. So my name is Katie. I'm from Team Ara, and our product is SCAPS. So this is great, right? People happy on bicycles, improving mobility, city, and everything. But what is our experience before and after we get on our bicycles? So are we happy and satisfied, or we are frustrated and just unhappy about the challenges you see in these pictures? So 60% of people keeps their bicycle in apartment or in balconies, and 36% of people choose car instead of bicycle because of bad infrastructure at their homes. And we are SCAPS. This is a safe, easy-to-use bicycle storage system. It provides additional square meters to your apartment and gives you opportunity to expand your personal space outside your home while enhancing the daily experience of cycling. This is us before the hackathon, and our goal was to improve user experience, user interface, and work on our weak spots. This is us today. We are not only bicycle storage system, but we also add social value to your daily life. We create extra space outside your apartment, and we give just more satisfaction and awesome experience while using your bicycle. We work together with a great mentor. Thank you, Hackathon, for Celmiņš. And 48 hours ago, we had one user persona, and now we have 4, and every one of them loves our product. We worked on our business plan, business model, and in the end, it will be a subscription model for users. We worked on user experience map and our relationship with our user. What is he feeling? What is he thinking? And our place in his mind. And we also created our very first app, Wireframe Sketch. So we created green flows and tasks our user has to go through while using our app. And this is exit points, technical drawings, and testing. And we can't forget that we are architects and we are not thinking only about storage system, but public space and community. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Katia. Thanks for the team. Thanks for Team ARA. Any questions from the jury? Arturs has a hand raised. Thank you, Arturs. And I think
Yes,
Zan as well. Thank you. Arturs, go ahead.
Just one quick question. Is it only a physical storage or what is the functionality of this application? So is it some surveillance or something else?
Yeah, it's a physical box structure next to your door at big houses like this, like next to your door. And with the app, you open the box and you put your bicycle and you can leave it on a night, like few days, and you have a subscription model for whole month.
Okay, thanks, Arturs. Thanks, Katia. Zana, you had a hand raised.
Yes, nice to see Team ARA. You are sticking together, remembering you going strong since the last hackathon. What are your plans? Where you plan to use the funding in case you win the hackathon?
We want to create a prototype which works, and we can go and give people to test it and also work on it and find the best, the most comfortable, awesome scapis that people will love and use in their daily lives, and that's our main goal right now. We could also mentor Jānis Meirāns from Riga's government, and we also talked about our possible communication, and yes, we really are focusing on that right now. Yes.
Thanks, Katia. All right, thanks. That's the time for the questions. Thanks, Team ARA. Thanks for Team's project and prototype here. We're moving on. Block charging with Jonatas Augusto Manzoli. Block charging. Jonatas, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, start share screen, please, and let's go.
Okay, let's go. Hi, everyone. Our solution is the missing bridge between electric vehicle owners and green energy. Since many companies and public institutions are investing in off-grid renewable energy production for self-consumption, our idea is to take advantage of the surplus energy produced by those companies to charge the electric vehicles with clean energy. To enable the communication between the stakeholders, our team developed a mobile app that forecasts the produced surplus of green energy using AI and allowed the vehicle owners to schedule the charging event. Let's dive into our mobile app now. In our app, the user can choose to charge the vehicle either by scheduling a session or charging it immediately. To find the charger, the user browses a map where nearby stations and the price adopted in each of them are displayed. When the user arrives at the spot, a QR code needs to be scanned to start the charging event. Now let's present some interesting numbers. Let's say that the Riga Technical University installed 200 kilowatt hour microgrid generation. If RTU decides to adopt the block charging solution, more than 4,000 Nissan Leaf could be full charged using surplus generated energy. At the end of the day, it represents 37,000 euros in revenues. Since this energy will be wasted, this revenue represents a good profit to RTU. The development in this 48 hours hackathon was amazing. However, we want to go further. Therefore, the money raised by the prize will be used to develop our app, to increase our impact on social media, and also to improve the AI model with more data. We truly believe that block charging is more than an application. Our system is an effective solution into the direction of a more sustainable world. So thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks, Jonatas. Thanks for block charging idea. Any questions from the jury? Okay, Bens, go ahead.
Yes, are you somehow connected directly, the user and the producer? So is there a direct connection, legal connection with them, or you are going through TSOs or?
No, our idea is to use basically the app. So we are using the data from the institution, like a university or a company. We have the forecast of the demand, the data of the demand, and also the data from sun irradiation or other kind of renewables that is produced in this company. So with our AI, we could predict and also forecast this energy production. Then we put this prediction in our application, and then we offer this energy to the car owners to see in our app if this is available or not, clean energy to charge the vehicles in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Real quick, 20 seconds, Eric. Mic on, Eric.
Sorry. Yeah, that was a similar question I had as Ben. So thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Eric. Thanks, Jonatas. Thanks for your presentation and idea. Okay, we're moving on. Brain Bucket, Bhavesh, are you with us, Bhavesh? Let's commence.
Yes.
Share screen, please. Let's go.
Okay.
Has there ever been a proper navigation system for a two-wheeler driver? Helmets are safe, but even the slightest delay in recognizing an accident and providing first aid is fatal. How safe is it for a two-wheeler driver to drive at night in a highway? Is it possible to efficiently drive by focusing on the increased traffic and also by focusing on the local traffic protocols? Is there any possible way for the governmental agencies and the large-scale organizations to collect data to incorporate better local rules and safety measures? Presenting to you the Brain Bucket, a smart helmet that will provide all solutions to the mentioned problems. The Brain Bucket is installed with an efficient navigatory system that will provide with vocal instructions. The computer vision system will perceive the environment to recognize traffic signs and boards and will let the user know vocally. The night safety system will make sure that the helmet glows. An OpenCV model is programmed to the raster display itself on when the environment goes below 60 lumens of light. That is, during a really cloudy day or at night. As earlier mentioned, the helmet visually perceives the environment. To guide the controller, the camera is installed onto the helmet to collect visual data. Vocal information is passed on to the driver through the speakers installed inside the helmet, which is connected to Raspberry Pi. The navigation path and the recognized traffic signal are vocally informed throughout the audio system. Health monitor and the health hazard predictor installed to collect information through the pulse rate sensor and the temperature sensor attached to the helmet strap.
Yeah, that was our presentation.
Thank you, Bhavesh. I think we appreciate amount of prototyping you've done over the last 3 days. So you built a helmet with a sensor and with reflective lights within 40 hours. So kudos for you for that. We didn't hear everything, perhaps in presentation, because the speed tempo is really high up there. But I think the effort is really, really great, and I think we appreciate that a lot. Okay, any questions from the jury to Bhavesh about his really future-oriented new helmet there? Any questions from the jury?
Yes, could you tell us who is receiving the data you are sending by the helmet?
Yeah, so basically we can either give the data to the government or to the organization that collects the helmet from us. Let's say, for example, Uber takes in 5,000 helmets. We could give the data back to Uber itself. We would keep security at its highest position. That would be our intention. And all of those GPS mappings would return back to Uber so that they keep accountability of their drivers.
Yeah, thanks for the presentation and demo. So do we assume correctly that the prototype was made during the hackathon, or what was other biggest achievements with your team during the hackathon?
We actually built a mobile app as well for navigation and recognition of traffic sign detection using an OpenCV module. We also built the entire helmet during the hackathon. We had to send some of the sensors to one of my teammates' home, and all of the logistics had to be taken.
Bhavesh, I think great effort and great work over the 48 hours. So much mankind can do in 48 hours while the rest of us are sitting around drinking coffee. Thank you so much. Thanks, Zane. All right, thanks for the team Brain Bucket. Our next team is Broom, and Matis Katinenko will be presenting. Matis, are you with us?
Absolutely, yes.
Go ahead. The floor is yours.
So hello everyone, my name is Matis and I'm representing the team of Broom, and we are developing the car pooling app. So what is carpooling? Carpooling is sharing car journeys, which means that we would reduce the car amount in cities, in this case Riga. So there are some of the challenges that our competitors face as of now. First of all, lack of safety, complicated communication, and stimulated shadow economy. We would clearly state the background of every user, with all users would be gathered in one app, and we would implement the quick and easy payment methods to avoid the cash payments. It is interesting that Baltic states are not that familiar with this concept, and there are 72,000 potential clients in Facebook groups who are weekly actively using these drive and ride offers. And we reached out to them, and 96% said yes, they would be interested in this kind of concept. And moreover, France has already financially supported a carpooling industry in France, and some of the rides are subsidized. And EU has expected a 23% growth in industry by 2023. And we have estimated that 22,000 tons will be saved of CO2 emissions per year using this app in Latvia. Here you can see the progress. We did not just do the research in this hackathon. We also improved our user interface. And here you can see how simple is the route options. And here you can see how we recommend the price per seat and the profile with safety features, and also the during the ride feedback, which is also very important. Speaking, how are we going to earn? We are going to receive 10% commission per ride, and we would also offer a contract to companies to subsidize some of the rides. And speaking about the future, we saw this map of Riga city development plan, and we saw those big parking lots near the border of Riga. Those would be extremely beneficial for carpooling industry. So this is us. So speaking as of now, we would be interested to make contacts with big companies and to attract new investment and continue the app development. This is us for now, and we are ready to drive together, and we welcome you to drive with us. Thank you, we're Broom.
Thanks, Broom. Thanks, Matis. Jury members, Arturs second, and Eric first. Questions from the jury. Eric and then Arturs. Then Benz, please. Eric.
Thanks for the great presentation. Very energizing. Thank you. One question: have you already thought how you will take care of getting the payments from the car owner to the person who's you're sharing the car with? Have you thought about that? So money flows.
Yeah, immediately when you download the app, you have to upload your payment methods, and therefore every transaction would be through the bank and transaction. So we would avoid the cash, and it would happen automatically. Yeah, we have thought about it.
Arturs and then Benz.
So it goes together with the existing situation with the pandemic, because how you will 2-meter distance between the travelers?
It's a great question. Yeah, as for now in Latvia, constitution allows to drive with 2 households, but we have to think long term. What will happen after the COVID? So also Bolt and other taxis are also dealing with this problem, and we could deal the same way.
Okay, thank you, Benz. Do you want to kick it off real quick?
No, we can go on.
Good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Broom. Thanks, Matis, for presentation. Just a quick notice: all the teams which have video that you have about to present, we have the video, so we will share the video for you as well. Okay, so all the teams with video, we will take care of it. So please don't do the sharing stuff. All right, our next team is Carlos Menziņš, Smart Street Charging. Carlos, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead. Start sharing, please.
Do you see it?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Okay, our team is Smart Charging Streets, and our solution is EV charging using street lights. We know that transport is a big contributor to greenhouse gases, and mostly it's because of the cars. EVs offer like 0 emissions from their tailpipes, and we know that we have this struggle between charging infrastructure and EV amount, as in Latvia, 2/3 of Latvians live in an apartment block. We know that the most easy to use charging station is where your destination is. But for that, we need an existing electrical infrastructure for the businesses to actually develop this solution. And then we need to somehow integrate this business interest and user interest to gain these social benefits we speak of when coming to EVs. What we offer is adopting existing infrastructure to quickly solve on-street EV charging using street lighting network to facilitate these EV charging points. In this picture, we have presented a little bit exaggerated look of how it would look like in the real life. And we have consulted with Riga Council, Riga's GAISMA, IoT experts from EDI and LMT about possibility, and we come to the conclusion that in these pilot areas in Riga, it is actually possible. We've come to 2 spots in Riga where it's possible. One is next to LMT building in Ropažuela. It has 35 amperes in 3 phases available. That means that we can simultaneously charge 10 EVs when the lights are on, even more when the lights are off. And the second spot would be in Zunda Krasmala, and there we can charge 6 EVs simultaneously when the lights are on. What we see as challenges is that these are the highlighted ones, but the biggest one is that electricity supply during daytime, because when the lanterns are off, there's no electricity. But that's what we have to overcome together with Riga's GAISMA. And let's light up EV charging future. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Carlos. Thanks, Raimons. Thanks, Artis, for the presentation. Any questions? I saw Ben's had a hand raised. Ben's, please go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask that will you be able to model how the load can be managed by the network, because you are by public lighting normally you are having quite low capacity, but by the charging you should have much higher.
No, actually those loads I've spoken, those are freely available loads. That means there are 35 amps available, and the minimum requirement for charging to start is actually 6 amps on one phase. And coming that there are 3 phases, 35 amps, we come to the conclusion that in total next to LMT building, we can actually charge 10 EVs simultaneously.
Okay, thank you. That was a quick question, quick answer. Lovely. Thanks for the team. Thanks for the charging ideas there. Drivimo, Kaspars Bērziņš, Drivimo. Kaspars, the floor is yours.
Hello, fantastic. Thank you. I'm glad to be here with our product Drivimo online maintenance platform. And I will tell you a little story. Remember those snowy days with summer tires? It was awful. Or that unexpected check engine sign. Yes, the same situation. Or that fantastic day when your boss came to you and asked to manage all company fleet maintenance spots. Yeah, it was very sad day for you. Because all stations was booked or not available, and your contact list was limited. Actually, your future must be much more easier with Drivimo, with online maintenance platform, where you can find all services or free spots and book it instantly. Even better, seamless connection to solve your vehicle problems in future. We will read your electric car's engine notifications and find nearest services, calculate fixing time, and predict expected price. And you can manage all your bookings in your account. Yes, it's a huge market in Europe. It's 300 million passenger cars at the moment. And we look forward to Baltic states, Nordic and UK. This is huge. Business model is as a platform, we take monthly fees from services, commission fees, and actually we figure out in Hackathon that we will focus on business tool also. During Hackathon, we make user interface, prototype fantastic contacts, and validate our idea. And here is our connected team. Thank you, and I'm open for your questions.
Thanks, Dramo. Thanks, Kaspars. Any questions from the jury? Stop sharing, Kaspars? Okay, any questions from the jury? Any raised hands? Benz, please. Go ahead.
Yes, how can you handle that normally if you are working with a fleet? You have a contract partner and not just selecting just the service, but you are having a contractual bindage to one of the work stations.
If I catch idea, then the main focus is to talk with the big fleets. Like for example, in this hackathon, we talk also with CTB regarding their fleets and we want to solve some micro management problems for them. And after that, we can connect this car workshops to this platform, and after that we will provide this service also for private users.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kaspars. Thanks, Benz. Thanks, Dramo. Thank you for the great, really exciting idea there. Eva team, Transportality. Artem, are you with us?
Hello, my name is Artem. Now present our idea for first case MaaS service. Our team, Artem, iOS backend, and Daria, project manager. What is the problem? Now problem, people have more applications for sea life transport, create routing, taxi, car sharing, and other. This is a big problem because people usually necessary open and change from other application in a mobile device. How can we solve the problem? Created one application and web service where people building routing multimodal with transport, public, car and other. Navigation and show about information, stop, timetable and other. And use AR scene for real world, show where bus stop in routing. Okay, now show prototype. This first middle screen show how application use data.gov data for about example 13 bus routing. This draw bus routing line for 13 route and show bus stop. This full application routing build route from one point to next point. User can touch in the screen and select the point and draw for transport, car sharing, and show parking and other.
Yeah. Artem, sorry, we are out of time. I gave you another 30 minutes there. You can have 5 seconds to round this up. 5 seconds.
Okay. How we use AR? Example for point bus stop. When people create road for pedestrian path, go for first point to bus stop.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Artem. Our time is up here. Quite an interesting idea. Rough in the diamond, I would say there. Any questions from the jury? I think Eric has and Benz have raised a hand. Go ahead.
Hi, could you please confirm, just from my understanding, that this is a kind of combination of a multimodal planner with some virtual reality type of integration? Is that correct?
Yes, correct. You use pedestrian path routing and public transport transit road.
Okay.
Use here web service and manual input for my database route, for example, 13, because when take data from data.gov, this problem data because no correlation data.
Okay. Benz, anything urgent there with the question? Because we are
No. We can move on.
Okay. Thanks. Artyom, Eva team. We're moving on. Armans Bowmanis, Freedom Metro Bus. Armans, fantastic. You're on.
Hi.
Let's go.
Hi, you are hearing me?
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Okay, my hackathon task is to hack the biggest street in the Riga, the Freedom Street, and my proposal is to create a metro bus. We have already some plans for metro, but it was abandoned in 80s because it was USSR. But now we have different problems and we need to go. And what the main benefits is to make the cost-effective street and to make it more traffic independent and more robust for our traffic agency, Riga Satiksme, and also to provide some multimodal things like bicycle streets. And one more benefit is to cut the CO2 and plant the trees. We have big problem in Riga to get the trees to the street level. And yes, it's quite fast to implement because there is no need to rebuild all the street. And basically the proposal is like that with nice pictures. And I already spoke with Jānis Meirants and Inese, and they feel fine about this. And I hope at least for VEF part, we can hack the small part nearby VEF to make it more efficient for our VEF users. And yes, the cost is about 1 to 2 million euros, but I think it's quite small for this big project, and it's basically like buying new tram from Škoda. Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Armans. Thanks, Metro Bus idea. Stop sharing. Any questions from the jury? All right, guys, just one notice. Some of you, I can't see everyone, but please, everyone else except the presenter has the mic off. So we don't have any background noises, so none of that. So everyone has the mic off except the speaker or the jury members, the ones asking the questions. Okay? All right, thanks, Arman. Thanks, Freedom Metro Bus Line. Our next presenter is Omar with iTransport, getting passengers back on public transport. Omar?
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Fantastic.
I'm going to talk about how to get passengers back on public transport, in particular the transit system, and improve their services. The issue is the absence of information at the platform, which lead to unevenly distribution of passengers across a train. This means a longer time for them to get in and out of the train and create a delay in the train timetable. Here's an example where many people are waiting at one door and the other door is empty. Well, I have a solution for that, a simple and effective one. The solution is using cameras at the train stations to calculate pedestrians' movement and capture real-time passenger data on the train, and utilize this information to help navigate them across the train. So by using LED light with the 3 colors configurations indicating comfort level, green, yellow, and red. Green refer to empty carriage, whereas red is fully congested. And this is a universal language that can be understood by everyone. So this is a 3D model to show how managing pedestrian at the train station could look like. So what's the benefit for the trains operators? Having a real-time passenger data occupancy, and then faster embark and disembark of passengers. The most important, more reliable train timetable, and also better managing the passenger flow and queue and optimizing their resources. So what's the benefit for the community who is going to use these services? Better journey planning. They know the capacity of the train ahead of their journey and give them more comfortable experience, which lead to more people using public transport, which give us less cars on streets. And by having less cars on street, you will have more space for active travel and providing more services, which lead to cleaner mobility, less pollution, better air quality, less noises, and finally, to a green city. Thank you.
Thanks, Omar. Well timed, literally on 2 minutes. Fantastic idea. Unfortunately, I can't share my emotions. I have to be neutral, just like Switzerland is. So I'll stay away from my emotions from each of the teams. Any questions? Again, Bence and then Arturs and then Eric. Let's try to be quick within 20 seconds each. Bence, go ahead. Bence, mic on. Bence, mic on.
Yes, sorry. Just a quick question that normally if you use a second time a certain route, you are having some experience that how crowded is it, and do you think that it's needed to steer the people centrally because they can decide also on their own?
That's a really good question. It's more like optional for people. Some people, they just want to jump to the train, and some people, they want to find where is the empty carriages. So it's more like advice or optional.
Thanks. Bence. Okay, Eric and then Arturs.
Have you thought about what investments are required to make this all happen at the asset base, at the railway stations?
Yes, the investment should be creating first a prototype, which is very simple one. After that, we need a pilot trial, which require a full train line to be involved.
Okay. Arturs, real quick.
Yes, do you plan to analyze the video surveillance from trains as well, or you will analyze only in the stations?
That's actually a really excellent question. I believe will be the best option is to be owned by the train company, especially the software.
Okay, thanks. Quick questions, quick answers, lovely. Thanks, Omar. Thanks so much for your presentation. We're moving on. Ieva Bebrisha, Loki, Ieva Bebrisha, are you with us, Ieva?
Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Let's start sharing screen and let's kick it off.
Yes.
Let us commence.
So we are team Loki here to introduce smart and safe bicycle parking. Our topic of choice was enabling traffic calming measure rollouts, and maybe it's a bit on the nose, but we really think that bicycle cultivation is the best option for cities. But sadly, the reality is that bicycle stealing is very prevalent, and it's only gotten worse in the past years. So our solution is smart bicycle parking with extra safety, which you can use with an app. Our option is a lot better than others because you can't really rely on that your bicycle will be found after it's stolen. Insurance can be also very tedious. And by surveying a group of people, we realized that 60% roughly reported lack of trust in regular locks, but 50% said they would gladly use lock-key parking instead. Considering user experience and user wants, technical safety is our priority. We designed a locking system, the best one we could, and parking spaces would also have alarm systems and camera at every parking spot. And for further developments, any funding would be very helpful. Our plan is to make the design better and taking into consideration user wants and needs. We also want to create an app and we want to create the first prototype for Loki. Yeah, so thank you.
Thanks so much, Ieva. Thanks, Loki team. Very on point. The first question from Eric.
Hi, very nice presentation. Question, have you thought about an earning model? Because the investments will be pretty high. How do you think you're going to earn money with it?
So we had multiple options. One was that we would use relatively the same system as bicycle renting. So, 6 bicycles. Other was giving institutions options for private parking spots so that their employees could privately use these parkings.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Ieva. Please stop sharing as well because we can't see the speakers right now. Stop sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? Benz, go ahead.
Yes, from my side, thank you. So there are a lot of different bike locking solutions, also from the Baltic, very innovative ones. So how far is your solution different, or what is the added value?
Basically, it's the I would say it's the design. We would try to create it so it would blend a lot more in the surroundings. We would take that into consideration. We would also really consider every aspect of safety. Also data safety, what would happen if, for example, electricity would disappear, for example. We also considered that. So yeah, basically.
Thanks, Benz. Thanks, Eva. Thank you. I think quite a lovely product there that is needed in the market. Thanks, Team Loki. Our next team is Roman Zakharov, Magic Modules. Roman?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, start sharing screen right away. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Hi, our team model consists of 2 members, Anna from Latvia and me, Roman, from Finland. In our cities, we have limited public space and we need to increase the percentage of sustainable transport mode use. Riga's bicycle strategy recognizes that our main obstacles to daily bicycle users is the lack of storage space and especially acute for multi-story buildings. Carrying up bicycles on the high floors and storage them in small apartments or in staircases is a problem. Unique research from Montreal by Project 529 shows us that 7% of people who got bikes stolen give it up on cycling and 25% are riding less than before. We cannot afford this in countries with low bike usage rate. Therefore, due to the hackathon, we have designed this prototype based on the needs of stakeholders. We have studied our negative points that the residents are experiencing and improved them. Only 36% of users are willing to walk 75 meters to the bike storage, so taking advantage of our small size, we can install it close to the entrance that people be able to start them trips right from the entrance. Other important benefit is social control in those places. The model protects the bikes from vandalism, theft, bad weather, and allows you to use your bike all year round. By using our models, cities can test models, do the pilot project, and then quickly achieve the mobility plans by adding more models on the streets. The model is designed for easy transportation and quick installation on a parking space or flat ground. One model requires half of parking space, which means that instead of 1 car, you can install 12 bikes in 2 models. So we have 39,000 residential multi-story buildings in Latvia for potential market. And after the hackathon, we want to join the incubator where we can create detailed technical drawings, develop smart lock and with local experts, and build the prototype for pilot in Riga if we win some monetary prize. Thank you for attention.
Thank you, Magic Modules. Stop sharing the screen, please. Thank you. My only question is, the bike was invented 100 years ago. Why don't we have these sheds right now? I mean, why do we have to have a hackathon for it? No offense to Roman, fantastic idea, but I mean, we should be here by now. Anyway, any questions? Zana, you're first here. Fantastic.
Yes, seems like this is really topical problem with the third team already offering the solution. By the way, have you researched out the installment of these storages? How open and easy it would be at these multi-story block near the block houses regarding the land ownership and so on?
Yeah, so we plan to sell those models to city. That city could start pilot project and get some feedback. And those models, due to the small size, it can be really easily installed on a place that belongs to houses, because many houses, they have only a little space of ground.
Okay, thanks, thanks, Roman. Arturs, real quick.
Yes, what is your expectation? How much it will cost for one spot?
We want to build a really effective solution, and I think we will need to go under 2,000 for one model.
Okay, thanks. Real quick, Thanks to Magic Modules. We're moving on. Our next speaker is not present here today, but he has sent a presentation. So heavy parcel logistics repost from Kristaps Pilveris. We're going to have a video for that presentation. Let's see it live now.
Hey, Urbi. Yeah, there's another story. So Latvian Post gave a special challenge for this hackathon. So the description text talked about logistics bottlenecks arising from highly varying parcel volumes. But the interviews with Mr. Sturman has revealed that the issue is completely different. It is about ensuring communication between the Post and its clients. Yeah, Urbi, again, there are questions to be answered, like how can a postman knows in advance if the client is going to be at the delivery address? How can clients' remote locations notify the post office about a letter they just dropped in their mailbox? How can we manage this communication with the people that are not digitally fluent? And I think we touched that one already. So the solution to this challenge starts with collecting the information. So only by understanding the whole story from all perspectives, we can design a meaningful, efficient, and comfortable solution. And no, this time we are going to start with the internal assessment of Latvian Post, because the statistical data they capture only shows the statuses of the events. They do not show the stories and people interactions that caused those events in the first place. So, like we understood previously, every solution starts with talking to people. And we heard some truly unbelievable stories. They would make a really best-selling book, by the way. So, these employee experiences need to be captured, structured, and clustered to formulate some solution visions. And then those visions need to be communicated with the external audiences and clients for validation. And then joint development of actual customer service improvement can begin. And accomplishing that will automatically result in greater inner efficiency, which reduces costs, reduces employee frustration, and makes the Latvian Post function the way we all expect it to do. Thank you.
Thanks, Kristaps. It turns out Kristaps is in the building, is in a digital building, so to say. So Kristaps is happy to answer any questions if there were any from the jury. Any questions to Kristaps and his repost idea for the Latvian Post?
Yes, I am here.
Fantastic. Any questions from the jury? All right, questions no. Questions? Zana, please go ahead.
Do we understand correctly, Kristaps, that what your team offers is to help Latvian Post internally do an internal audit of their processes? Is this scalable solution to other posts in Baltics or Europe?
Well, actually, it's not only on a post. This actually scales up to pretty much every company, because as far as we've looked around and talked, pretty much every mentor, every industry, every company identified the same thing. How do we speak with our customers, and how do we figure out how can we service them? So yeah, it's scalable pretty much every industry you can think of.
Fantastic. Thanks, Zana. Thanks, Kristaps, for idea. It has a lot of potential. Okay, thanks for the repost team. Our next presentation is from Sven Roland. Live Investment, Optimally Reachable Riga is going to be a video as well. So Sven, your video is going now live.
Hello everyone. Today we would like to present to you Live Investment, which is a win-win-win platform that will help to create connected, valuable, and sustainable societies. Throughout this hackathon, we talked to Riga city planners like Marta and confirmed that, like other cities, they struggle to align their planning activities with the industry, which in turn slows down sustainable and livable developments. On the other hand, we also talked to real estate developers like Inese and confirmed that there is no geo-tool that can help them make valuable investments, especially during decentralization of cities. So today, we present to you the only one of its kind tool that gives quick and valuable insights into accessibility of existing neighborhoods, their demographic and economic characteristics, city development plans, and much more. The possibilities of this tool are truly limitless. The idea is based on the 15-minute neighborhood concept that has a proven record of increasing property values, creating greater quality of life, and facilitating a diverse city development. Already here today, we present to you new insights on Sarkandaugava and Bolderāja for spatial analysis using open data. These insights will help to connect sustainable policymaking with investment opportunities in those two neighborhoods. We have validated the solution and developed the first prototype based on the identified user needs. Next, we will use the funding from this hackathon to talk to partners and make long-lasting data-related partnerships. We have already talked to the government of Riga, and they were very interested in sharing their development plans on our platform. Thank you for listening, and let's create a connected, valuable, and sustainable societies together.
Thank you, Live Investment team. I was a bit confused because in my world Sven is a man's name, but the narration was from woman. So I'm not trying to stir any trouble here. But thanks for the team. Any questions from the jury to Live Investment team?
So, do I understand right that your solution is a kind of citizen engagement solution, exchanging data and opinions between the city management and the citizen and the connected industry?
Benz, quick question, quick answer.
It's also for citizens, but we identify the need at the government. They have policies, and sometimes it doesn't actually happen what they envision, because investment managers choose to make other choices than what the government would like. And at the investment managers, we identified the need of knowing what the municipality wants. And we try to combine that using the 15-minute concept as a framework to help both parties. On the one hand, help investment managers see what municipalities want, and on the other hand, help the municipality to bring their policies to life in a quicker way.
Thank you, Sven. Eric, you still burning question there?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks Sven, thanks investment team. Narid Han, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Narid, okay, the floor is yours.
From an ink perspective, how does one successfully implement traffic calming zones? It's high risk. Once traffic calming measures are put into place, they stay there, impacting citizens and the environment over years. We have all of these sophisticated modeling, simulation, and predictive tools, so why aren't we using them all? To that end, we propose a platform for testing transformation measures and holistically assessing their impact, starting from the city scale all the way down to your average Joe citizen. As our focus, we define and isolated suitable areas of intervention. What's suitable? We let the data tell us, starting from public transport routes to population density, digging into accessibility to both public transport stations and then to green spaces. This set the scene, narrowing down an entire city into manageable neighborhoods and revealing to us 6 possible candidates suitable for implementing traffic calming measures. One approach might be to look at the roads and simply reduce their speed limits. At face value, this seems good. Less speed might equal less cars, reducing traffic and thus pollution. But is this really the case? Are you solving the problem or simply displacing it? It's always a trade-off. And thus we need to look at all of these interrelated aspects together to make a more informed decision. Here's that same neighborhood. The Ricazo platform can evaluate the intervention impact through the 7 impact assessment models, including solar analysis, pedestrian comfort, and walkability studies. Now, rather than reducing the speed limits, what if we were to remove the parking spots, narrow the lane, and maybe introduce vegetation, all of which are available within Ricazo's toolbox? As you can see, this greatly improves the neighborhood's microclimate and increases the cooling effect in the summer. And here's how the pedestrians might react, revealed through Ricazo's agent-based pedestrian simulation. Ricazo handles all of this technology and brings it to the early stages of urban planning, allowing us to rapidly test, evaluate, and communicate the impact of various traffic calming measures. To minimize the risk and the potential of running into unforeseen negative externalities, you need to leverage these tools to truly comprehend all the multifaceted impacts across a range of urban scales. This is what Ricazo offers.
Thanks, Ricazo. If anything else, I can say narration was beautiful. I can't say anything more. That's the job for the jury. Eric, the question from you.
It's a very nice presentation. Could you give us insight what you achieved over the last 2 days?
Absolutely, yeah. So the task of us was more of integration. We had a lot of models already built in-house. So we have machine learning driven pedestrian comfort analysis, solar analysis, as well as agent-based simulation models. All of these were pre-existing. The task of us was to bring it all into a singular platform for this holistic tool. That's the value. Seeing everything at once, changing one thing and seeing how it affects all the billion other things it touches.
And that's all what you did over the last 2 days?
So to clarify, the models themselves, what we had beforehand, the task of the 2 days was to bring it all together.
Thanks. Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Narid. Bence, real quick.
Yes, your solution reminds me the Barcelona Superblock concept. So maybe you can take a look on that, and it's useful to have very mobile solutions for the first experimenting phase, just to be more flexible.
Very much so. We were actually heavily inspired by the Superblock project, and you're absolutely right. This is a tool to be used in the very early stages of design.
Okay. So in value chain, it's earlier. Thanks, Bence. Thanks, Eric. We're moving on with our next team after Ricasso. Smart Parking Solutions, Elisabetta Venezia. Elisabetta, you're with us. Thank you.
Okay, many thanks. Yes, this is our idea. The aims of our project is just to create an app which will allow to increase traffic congestion linked to parking research, and also to reduce city transit times, especially in rush hours. And also this app will optimize transport mode decisions by facilitating switches among means and in favor of less polluting transport models. During the hackathon, we ran this survey and we got some results on the feasibility of our idea. So we were asking to 100 people if they know the tools for managing the parking areas, and also if they would like to pay something for adding some information on where they can find free spaces, and also if for them is easy to park or not, and if they would like to pay something more further to the normal tariff that are going to pay for parking. And these were just positive results that we got. And also we were asking about waste of time, which is quite high. It's 92% of them waste a lot of time. And also we then produce some other statistics in order to understand how much they are going to pay, and also how many minutes they do need for parking on average. And they are up to 20 minutes and even up to 30 minutes. And as for the results that we can show you in terms of, apart from the financial ones, we have second and third dividends in terms of time savings and environmental pollution reduction by considering CO2 and some other pollutants. And these are some calculation that we did, also the methodological references. So the total savings from our project is more than 7 million. And these are a very huge results that can be got from running these projects. And this is our logo, and it can be an icon that can be used on the mobile phone.
Thank you for the smart parking solution. And I see questions from Bence. Bence, real quick. And Eric?
Yes, thank you very much, Elisabetta. There is there is no question. There are different solutions with sensor systems, with cameras and so on. How you are competing with them?
We will use the sensors that have already been installed in parking areas. We are talking about park and ride solutions that have already installed sensors in order to count the free spaces, or if they are empty or not. So by using a common platform, we can then transfer this information through the app to the final users.
Eric?
I had a similar question. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. By the way, Zana, Egita, if you have any questions from you guys, go ahead. We've got three male, very capable here. So Egita, Zana, anywhere you want, please go ahead and join the crowd. Thanks, Smart Parking Solutions. We're going to next team, Team Chupa. Martin Bosman.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to present PulaSim or SimCrowds to you. Basically, what we are trying to achieve is to improve mobility and safety by simulating crowds, but in an open source geodata environment. What we did in the project is we turned OpenStreetMaps into 3D data with the advantage that anyone can contribute to the environment on OpenStreetMaps. So the 3D environment in which we simulate the problems is very nowadays, it's very up to date. What we then did is look at problems. What are key problems if we look at Riga and we compare it to Amsterdam? It's Riga's Independence Day, it's the Netherlands King's Day, crowds and crowds. And as I think Sanneke Muldering said at the beginning, the key challenge then is keep the city flowing. So what we did is we used the combination of open source data and an existing simulation tool to, for example, address the problem with the 2 bridges in Riga. If you set up a simulation of Independence Day and then really flood it with the people that are there, you can see that, for example, the stone bridge in the south clogs up because it only has sidewalks open. We evaluated it against the option of opening up one of the bridges completely for pedestrian traffic, and you immediately see that the flow is perfect. In Amsterdam, we compared the cluttering of King's Day. The small streets of Amsterdam fill up, Dam Square fills up, and what we did is we tried a simulation again with the OpenStreetMap data to see what happened if we would implement one-way traffic, or if the small streets would actually be blocked by, for example, temporary ice cream parlors, and you can see the flow immediately continues. So what we did in summary is create or combine open source 3D data, simulate crowd mobility scenarios that can support the work of a lot of different peoples. We plan to sell it to end users as a SaaS web platform, but also to industry partners. And I was really interested about Ricazo, that we would be a plugin, for example, to Ricazo. And this is what we achieved. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Martin Bosman and the team. On time, on point, and also making bridges with other startups and ideas within a hackathon. That's well done and well performed here. Thank you so much. Any questions from the jury?
Thank you very much. Do I understand right that your main customer would be city managers who are managing the crowd? And
well, if we look at users, it could be city managers, emergency managers in this case, for example, event organizers, architects, people that actually plan new buildings. The simulation can also be done inside as well as outside, but that couldn't fit in 2 minutes. So a large number of end users.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Martin. Fantastic product here to discuss. Any questions on the jury? Okay, all right. We're going ahead, guys. We're a little late with our jury and with our giving out the prizes because we had twice as many teams as we expected. So we started out humble, and actually we had more than 20. So this is good news, bad news for you because obviously it's a Saturday and you won't make plans for the day. E-Stop, Turand, Artūrs Lācis, our next presenter. Artūrs Lācis, Turand.
Yes, of course. Here we did have a pre-recorded video.
Yes, we're going live with that.
With micromobility vehicles on the rise, there seems to be a serious need for secure and easy-to-use storage solutions. We are Team Turand, and this is our idea, E-Stop. E-Stop is a modern, easy-to-use storage and charging station. Using our straightforward app, lock and unlock vehicles using QR code, NFC, or just plain text. We provide security by using anti-tampering measures that will notify the user and authorities if anything suspicious is happening to their vehicle. For added safety, we plan on using security cameras as well. For our pilot, we have talked with Riga's Technical University, Riga's Stradiņš University, and Latvian University, and they have shown interest in our solution and would be interested in the further developing of our idea. This means we could be part of Greener Ķīpsela and gain logistical benefits from the Knowledge Mile. By collecting usage and activity data, we can promote our solution to other businesses and institutions who are interested in supporting greener mobility. Our business model would be business to business or business to institution, with us developing and providing the hardware and the upkeep of our application. But to get to this point, we need to develop our idea further. Because our solution works best in large scale with multiple locations, we are looking for partnerships and funding for our prototype development as well as our possible business growth. This hackathon has provided us with an amazing opportunity to find and get in touch with potential partners, as stated before, as well as develop our idea. Not to mention the amazing input we have received from our mentors. And for this, we say thank you. We hope to make cities greener around the world.
Thanks, Artur. Thanks, Team Turan. Any questions from the jury, please? Eric, please.
I do not get the essence of your solution. Could you give me an indication of what you really want to add and how? Because I understand the outcome, but the how question. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yes, of course. We are offering a vehicle storage solution specifically for bicycles and chargeable e-mobility devices. It's planned to be fully app-driven, and the core concept is replacing the old bicycle stands.
Okay. Thanks, Artur. Artur Lindenberg's LMT. Real quick question, quick answer.
Yes, quick question. You are the fourth team today who is speaking regarding the safe parking for bikes. Why you are better than others?
We are really trying to focus finding the sweet spot between the cost and security, in my opinion, as well as providing modular options for our clients.
Okay, so adaptability and modularity. Thanks, Artur. Thanks, Team Turan. We're trying to close. We got a couple of teams left. Happy Bus, Ruben, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here, and
okay.
I have a video as well.
Okay, let's start video.
An upgrade to existing public transportation apps to make bus rides more fun for the passengers. So our stakeholders would be municipalities, private bus companies, and daily commuters. This is our proposed UI for the following need. How might we make public transport preferable and more enjoyable than private transport? My bus has entertainment, news, and update options on existing bus screens according to the passenger votes. This is how it works. The My Bus logo will be shown in the public transport apps, and it leads you to a dashboard where you can see what are the most voted options when you enter a bus. For example, if the most voted option in that bus is quizzes, the passengers can see the game on the screen and play with their phones. By doing this, they can interact with others in the bus and learn something new. With the news options, the passengers can choose which subjects they prefer, and the most voted will be shown. By choosing music, the passengers can choose their favorite style, and the most voted will be played privately in their headphones. A great opportunity to get to know new kinds of music and get a community feeling with the bus peers. The core idea of My Bus is to create a sense of connection between passengers in the same bus and to learn from differences by experimenting with being open to new types of information and entertainment. This way, there will be less fuel consumption, less traffic on the roads, and more people may think twice before buying a car, minimizing carbon emissions. My Bus can make bus rides more enjoyable, and so more people will use public transportation and contribute to more sustainable cities.
Thank you for the team. Thanks to the team Happy Bus. Any questions to the team? Please stop sharing the screen. Thank you. Any questions to the team?
No, I don't. I forgot. Sorry, I don't want to pose a question. It's
okay.
Up to
So never mind. Any questions from anyone else from the jury?
Yes, I have one. Thanks for the nice video. What you did in the hackathon? Did you test with users? Any user first feedback on this solution? What's the main outcome from the hackathon?
The main outcome was actually feedback from the mentors. They told me that they liked the idea, and they gave me examples of similar tests that were being done. So it was basically validation.
Okay, thanks. Egita, question from you. Egita?
Yes. Sorry. A quick question. So about the end user, who would be buying this product and paying to you?
It could be municipalities, bus companies, or I could be run by advertisement and sharing content.
Okay. All right.
In between. Yes.
Thanks, Ruben and Habiba's team. Our next three last presentations are all going to be video, so we'll make them run smoothly. Our next presentation is from Enverden, Steffi James. Enverden, the video is going live.
Hi. Yeah. Hi, this is Team Enverden Labs from India with superfast modular charger and intelligent battery management system. We have recently won the Sweden-India Mobility Hackathon and are engaging in discussions with Volvo for the same. Currently, we have two product lines. One is the charger for buses and trucks, which we are developing for Volvo, and second is the chargers for the car. Our main differentiation for the charger is that it is modular in nature. This means a faulty module can be replaced or removed even when the charger is in on state. So, our product has a zero downtime and it is cheaper and faster for production. Latvia has recently opened a tender for modular chargers of 150 kilowatt, which further validates our idea. This is the simulation prototype which we had developed for Volvo. Our business model has two major parts. One is manufacturing and other is the online maintenance of our chargers. Our customers would be corporate, municipalities and charging network companies. So we are currently a team of 7 who are highly technical in nature, and we have previously worked with Defense of India, and the price would be allocated in this manner.
Thank you, Enverden. Thank you, Steffi James, for your incredible work during this last 3 days. Any questions from the jury? Egita, you have your hand raised. Egita? No. All right. So that was a hand raised from last time. Any questions, Zane?
Yeah, I was thinking, who are your biggest competitors currently in the market?
Our current competitors would be Delta, Eaton, and also ChargePoint, if I may say. They are also into manufacturing chargers.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
All right, Eric, please.
And what have you achieved over the past days? Because this is a ready product, this is a long development times. So what have you achieved over the last days?
For the previous hackathon, we had developed the charger module, which was for the buses. That is very high capacity. So for this, we had redid the simulation for the cars. That is a smaller capacity, and all the control algorithm was needed for that, to optimize the simulation. That was one. And other thing was, we worked upon the business model and understanding the Baltic states market to make a more answering the customers. Yeah.
Okay, so moving from large vehicles to smaller vehicles and their charging needs and necessities. Okay, we'll move on to the next team if there are no questions from the jury. So thanks, Enverden, thanks, Steffi, for your work. Our next to last presentation is BatStop. BatStop also going to have a video, and we're going to have Kristaps answering questions. BatStop video now going live.
We had the idea about turning user trolleybuses into mobile charging points. The route network and the microgrid for energy supply seemed to be the perfect preconditions. Until we met with Mr. Waldowskis from Latvenergo, and he told us that a similar concept was discussed with Riga Satiksme and turned down. Capacity, complex edge infrastructure, and most importantly, the safety were the reasons. Our concept failed. So we pivoted. Meet Urbi and Rigi. Urbi is an experienced bus driver that passengers trust, and Rigi is a citizen with conditions limiting with his mobility. Unfortunately, the employer of Urbi is not aware of the Rigi's actual personal needs. And it turns out that such limitations exist for about 1/2 of urban inhabitants. Did a familiar person just come to your mind? Well, conclusion is that everybody is qualifying as a potential user of specialized mobility services. And that brings up questions. How to learn from these individual expectations, how to collect information from the groups, how to deal with data privacy concerns, and how to keep this information up to date. Our interviews and research have led to a surprise. This topic is unaddressed greenfield up till now, as most solutions go the easy way. Provide some kind of app with some kind of service which likely will match some target audience, and they simply do not foresee the serving single individuals like Urbi, Rigi, me, and you. Nevertheless, we trust in people and communities. Therefore, we will elaborate on our observations, findings, and conclusions beyond this hackathon event. We have promised to Mr. Merans from Riga City Council that we will follow up with an executable concept for community building for Riga Satiksme. The goal is to create a collaboration environment where the stakeholders' voices can be heard and to transform those into actions and activities of green urban mobility. Our next step is to identify and address the different target groups among Riga Satiksme's customers. And yes, the actual pilot will require a lot of feedback from all the stakeholders, which needs to be collected. It will take time and expertise that emerges from manpower and the pre-seed financing from the prize. So the plan is, first talk to the citizens. Understanding them is the key of getting their commitment to building green, smart, urban mobility together. Thank you.
Thanks, Batstop team, for your presentation. Any questions from the jury?
So I see a very good idea, but could you tell me what were you working on the hackathon and what is already existing in your solution?
Kristaps?
So yeah, now the sound should go through. So first of all, from all the information that was available publicly before the event, this was positioned as an ideation hackathon. So kind of going into the solutions is pretty much out of the scope by definition. But what we looked into is that, and what also was reiterated through the discussions during hackathon, which were also broadcasted live, that actually addressing these individual needs and kind of clustering and figuring out the user needs is the biggest challenge for most of the companies and industries here.
Okay, thanks, Ben. Thanks, Kristap. We're having last presentation before we head on to the jury. So Drop Top is our last presentation, which is also going to be a video. So we're going to have with the video live right now. Drop Top.
Yes, Rigi. We have identified another opportunity to engage with the citizens. As mobility is getting more and more diverse, so the number of endpoints and start points, it's like multiplying. Furthermore, the changes are happening to the stops themselves right now. Like yesterday, press reported 100 bus shelters being deconstructed. Well, it led us to the idea of smart waypoint hubs. And let me tell you what we imagine. So the core functions and features of the bus shelter are the same, but they get upgraded toward the smart mobility services. Well, the concept considers, for example, charging points for scooters and e-bikes. But the most important thing, it will also provide a virtual support desk around public services. Now, the desk has to qualify for serving especially the citizens that are struggling with the internet and smartphone use. It implies that dedicated research needs to be executed to define usability, content, and services to be provided for such a desk. So the overall concept puts focus on the users, which are the citizens, tourists, public transport operators. So the solution gets accepted and successful. Our team has outlined a project plan for the next 6 months to develop and validate the idea. As a tender has been launched for the new stop poles in Riga, we will consider participating with a light version of the smart waypoint. So the technical vision is captured and has been challenged with mentors and field experts during this hackathon. The next stage is to specify our work plan in sprint for next 2 weeks, and we are welcoming the organizers, partners, and mentors to our prototype presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Drop Top. What a one-man army here. You've got 3 presentations and team directions going on. That's quite a bit for 48 hours, so you must have no sleep whatsoever. That's quite a bit of a real feat here. Guys, we are done with presentations for 24 teams. Again, we are apologizing for you sitting on three sessions here. Sorry? Any questions to Team Drop Top?
Hello, anyone else here?
All right. Andre? Any
thanks
comments?
to Christoph for being our media guy.
Okay. Any questions to the Team Drop Top? No. Good. Fine, guys. We're moving to the final stage. Jury is about to make their decisions regarding the best teams that have worked. I think the competition is fierce. I think the ideas are fantastic. We did not expect this kind of turnout. That's why we're sitting here half an hour longer. So all apologies to our jury members. It's a Saturday day. We'd love to be outside. But again, last 15 minutes, the jury is going to work and make their fair decisions regarding who gets the prize, who gets the gold, bronze, and the silver. So we are back, and 2:05, which is in 17 minutes for the ceremony. So thanks for all the teams. The nerves are on. The strongs are out. We're waiting for the answers. Let's meet in 17 minutes when the jury will have commenced with their answers. Thank you so much for all the teams. Fantastic work. Let's be back in 17 minutes and 2:05 Eastern European summertime. So see you in 17 minutes back for our ceremony. Thank you so much. Welcome back, EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon. We've deliberated over the last 20 minutes. It's been painful, nerve-wracking for us, and even more so for you to wait for the announcement of winners. The jury took a while to guess, and I have to say the decisions weren't easy. We stayed away from fists, and obviously we're in digital world, so no fist fights were there. But it wasn't easy at all. We're gonna have the jury members announce the first 3 spots and prizes that come with them. We're going to start from the bottom, move from the 3 to 2 to 1. And again, we're happy for all the teams that worked. This is exceeding our expectations from the quality that you guys were able to do over the last 2 or 3 days, as well as from sheer amount of the teams that are participating and the geography that you guys come from. So again, thanks for all the teams and participation. We hope to see you, many of you participating and kicking off for Incubator, because this is just a teaser. This is a startup for what we're going to have in the summer and the fall. So without further ado, I'm going to give floor to announce our third sport, Arturs Lindenbergs from LMT. Arturs, are you with us to announce the honorable 3rd place in our EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon? Arturs?
Yes. So first of all, I would like to thank you all of the teams, because I really enjoyed this hackathon and such a fantastic ideas. And as Viesturs already mentioned, it was tough for the jury. And we had wild discussions, and so it was, I can say that the results are really close. So the 3rd place is one of the challenges what we should solve for next years, and it's regarding the electric vehicles and how we will charge them. So the 3rd place goes to team who I guess will solve in Riga in innovative way, and they will build the charging stations on the lamps on the streets. So it goes to Uzlādāts and charging streets Uzlādāts, yes.
So congratulations, digital applause for Charging Streets, Team Uzlādāts, represented by Carls today. So best of luck for you and your team, and we hope to see you again in the streets doing your idea, prototyping your idea, deploying in real environment, and making sure that your product and service flourishes. So again, congratulations to Team Uzlādāts, Charging Streets, headed by Carlis. So congratulations from you. The third spot. We're moving to our second spot. Again, guys, keep in mind that the difference between the fourth, five, and the first team sometimes was just 1 point, which is quite painful, but also just realistic. I'm going to ask Zane, Innovation Lead from Accenture, Zane Kalniņa, to introduce our second spot in EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon. Zane?
Yes, hello again. It's very nice from Open Innovation team also to follow this hackathon since the beginning, since the opening ceremony. I was excited what the pitches will bring, and they were, like Artur said, the results were very close, and definitely many good ideas have been developed in the last 48 hours. And I wish for all of the teams who are confident going to continue work on their ideas, and not just the top 3 that we are awarding today, but the rest for sure, because there is big potential. But of course, some are some steps ahead, and some we see that there is a need for this solution in the nearest future. And the silver medal, the second place, is going to a team that develops a solution for smart cities, for smart city simulation, getting closer to digital twins also of the cities, and who already saw some partnerships within with other hackathon teams. And it's Team Chupa with the idea of Pula or crowd simulator. Congratulations.
A digital applause, everyone. Team Chupa. Martin, congratulations to you and the team for working this. Again, we're very happy to see your work both indoors and outdoors, deploying in the next coming months. Hope that this is a good win in your sales, to use a Dutch allegory here, for you to develop and scale this idea and in detail and capacity. So again, congratulations from the jury, from the EIT Urban Mobility, for your second spot and all the work and effort you've done over the days. Again, this is painful and exciting at the same time to announce the winners, because so many good teams were left in 4 and 5. But we hope that this is encouragement to even go further. As for first stop for gold medal, we're gonna ask Eric from Tensor to give the floor and announce our first winning team. Eric.
Yeah, the honor to me. I'm really feeling honored to do this. It was a really thrilling event. High energy, great ideas, inspirational presentations. And now the winner. Lots of things have been said, and the winner is about a real specific market, meeting a specific issue and solving a specific issue. It's combining various technologies, which we really liked, and above all, we saw also a huge effort being made over the last 48 hours and the progress being made. Having said all this, the winner of this contest is Brain Bucket from India.
Applause to Brain Bucket, guys working hard and creating a prototype over the last 48 hours. We saw some spectacular work. We saw some really action-packed presentation and also quite interesting product to be launched. Again, fantastic news for the team, fantastic effort and great success. Again, the decision wasn't easy, but I think it was pretty easy on the first spot, which was taken by the Brain Bucket. So congratulations on the team. Good luck with scaling the idea, developing idea. And again, congratulations to all the team, all the participants. It wasn't an easy competition. You had to outcompete 20 other teams. So best of effort for you guys. Kudos for putting in hours and capacity. I think we're encouraged to see all the great teams. And again, we hope to see you in the future work that we do back in Riga, trying to deploy your ideas in an urban environment. Because obviously, this is the incubation stage. This is a ideation stage. Once you move to prototypes, you have to scale them. You have to test them, you have to improve them and test it with the clients. And this is where we come in at the VEFRESH with the EIT Urban Mobility Incubator coming in June. So do apply, go ahead. All the teams which are participating, we think you do fit the bill. Make sure you apply. We have fantastic mentors. We have small stipends for teams working throughout the months, as well as obviously capacity from the Riga City Council to deploy and test your things in real environment for you can able to show your product and the services to your potential clients, be it private or public sector. So again, thanks so much for all the teams participating. Huge thanks for the team which you haven't seen working in the background. You've met them digitally. Linda Slayer working on our marketing and talking to you guys. Lasma working to you day and night here, trying to make sure that everything's on point, as well as Laura, making sure that all your questions or answers are being tackled in time. Fantastic thanks to our mentors, both on demand and the ones who are meeting on matching events throughout the 3 days. And to our generous sponsors, LMT, Accenture, and Dutch Embassy. Again, we bring you EIT Urban Mobility Hackathon to the end. Thanks for all the teams. We hope you're applying for our incubator, which starts in June. Application is still open. We're evaluating the teams. Now you know the team. Now you know your work. I hope that you are joining in, and we have fantastic, fresh summer ahead with you together, trying to deploy these ideas and make them a reality, crossing the bridge between the city challenges and innovation ecosystem. So again, thanks for the sponsor, thanks for the teams and each one of you who participated and worked all the energy towards the ideas and services. Again, thank you so much. We hope you enjoyed as much as we did, and you got something out of it, both from the conversations and the work and mentoring capacity, growing your product. Again, we hope to hear from you back. The winners, we'll speak to you starting Monday. We're going to have some rest the same as you. We're going to speak to you about Monday, how you are going to receive the prize funding that we've been allocated for your spots. The rest of the teams, have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Best of luck with your ideas, hopefully in our incubator. And let's keep in touch with what's happening in the Baltics with EIT and VEFRESH. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. And again, best of luck with your work. Take care.